Alright, so today we are talking about volume, and volume is basically the measure of how much something can hold. Volume is the measure of how much something can hold. Okay? And in the past, you have learned how to find the measurement outside of a rectangle, right? So let's say that this was 4 inches, this is actually a square, so 4 inches by 4 inches, okay? If I wanted to measure the outside, that would be the perimeter, right? And to find the perimeter, you add all sides. Okay, so here the perimeter would equal 4 plus 4, and then you can't just do your two favorite sides, you have to do all 4 of them, plus 4, which would be 16. Okay, so 16 inches. All right, and then you learned how to find the area. And the area is how much something covers, okay? Area, how much it takes to cover. Okay, and to find the area, you multiply, okay? And usually we do length times width, okay? So in this case, it's 4 times 4, so 4 times 4, which happens to be 16, just like my perimeter was. This one happens to have the same area and perimeter, but it's not inches now, it's square inches. And another way to write that is inches with a little tiny 2, okay? So now we're going to take things into 3 dimensions. And to draw a cube here, okay, you draw one square that takes up about 3 lines, and then you draw another one kind of overlapping it like that, okay? And then if you connect all the corners, then what you have is a nice cube, okay? And the volume here, assuming that the bottom is still 4 inches by 4 inches, okay? So I take this area that I've already found, okay? And because it is the base of my cube, I give it a new name. I call it the base, and I'm going to use a capital B, okay? And I'm going to try to make this B stand out as much as I can, okay? Because we're going to come back to this. So this is big B, which is the base of the area of the base of the rectangle. Okay, all right. And so to find the volume, let's assume that this is also 4 inches. Okay. Then you would take the area of the bottom, the big B, the area was 16 square inches, and you multiply it by height. So volume equals big B, the area of the base, times height, okay? Which in this case, the area of the base was 16 times another 4, 16 times 4, I'm doing that math real quick, 4 times 6, 24, 64, equals 64. And now, instead of square inches, okay, I'm going to do cubic inches. And another way to write that is 64 inches with a little 3 for cubed. Okay. I'm really feeling like I need this B to stand out more. Okay. All right. Okay. So the other way you can get volume, since your big B came from the area of the base, and area is length times width, you can just do length times width times height, okay? Which in this case would be 4 times 4 times 4, which is still, make sure you can see that, is still 64 cubic inches, okay? So both of these work, but when you're given a formula chart, they're going to give you this big B, and so I really want you to start to understand what that big B is about.